If a stranger walked up to you with nothing to offer but a story, would you listen or walk away? What if that stranger held the one truth that could change your life forever? The restless life. Mine, for the longest time, I chased things that never seemed to satisfy. At 27, I had the job, the apartment, the weekend trips. But every night, I lay awake with one gnawing question. What's the point of all this? I searched podcasts, books, and motivational videos for answers. But the truth? I wasn't looking for knowledge. I was looking for meaning. And I found it, not in a TED Talk, not in a boardroom, but on a dusty roadside, beside a stranger with a cracked walking stick. It happened on a Tuesday. I almost skipped work. My mind was scattered. I missed my bus and had to walk halfway to the station. That's when I saw him, an old man, maybe 70, sitting by a tree with a tiny cloth bag. He wasn't begging, he just sat smiling. Our eyes met. I nodded politely and kept walking. He called out, "Are you in a hurry to get somewhere you don't really want to go?" I paused, confused. "Excuse me?" He smiled again. Most people walk fast when they're lost. That line hit harder than I expected. The conversation that changed me. I sat beside him, unsure why. He introduced himself as Mr. Harris, a retired teacher who traveled by foot, visiting old students and planting fruit trees in their villages. "Why fruit trees?" I asked. He chuckled. "Because I won't eat most of them, but someone's child will." That was lesson 1. Legacy isn't what you build, it's what you leave behind for people you may never meet. We spoke for hours. He asked me questions no one ever had. What do you chase that steals your peace? Would you still be proud of your choices if no one could see them? When was the last time you sat without a screen and listened to life itself? I had no answers, but my heart did. It was weeping. Just before he stood to leave, I noticed something odd. On his wrist was a faded watch, broken, hands stuck at 4:27. "Your watch doesn't work," I said. He smiled. "It stopped the day I stopped measuring life in hours." He pointed to the sky. Time is not your enemy. Neglect is. Most people wait for a storm to rebuild their roof. But wisdom? Wisdom builds while the sun is still shining. That was lesson 2. Don't wait for life to teach you. Be humble enough to learn from those living it with nothing. As he picked up his bag, I asked if we'd meet again. He replied, "No. But you'll meet others, if you start looking with your heart, not your schedule." The moment of realization. I never saw him again, but I walked home differently that day, slower, lighter, deeper. I began to shift. I called my parents more. I helped a colleague I barely knew with rent. I planted a tree in front of my old primary school. Not because I was trying to be good, but because I realized the meaning of life isn't hidden in grand gestures. It's in presence, purpose, and people. So if a stranger walked up to you with nothing but words, would you listen? Because sometimes the most important lessons are whispered by people you never expected to meet. Life's deepest truths don't shout. They sit quietly in the hearts of strangers, waiting for you to ask. The meaning of life is not found in what you take, but in what you quietly give when no one's watching.